Good deal.
Hey, LOTI podcast just went live.
I heard they go live on Thursday nights.
Hey, LOTI podcast just went live. Nasty rumor.
I heard.
Okay, I still have to fix one thing. Now I'm setting up.
Zeroshio.
Okay, there we go. 0. Okay, here we go. You ready then?
Let's do this.
You're listening to Legend of the Innkeeper, the Hearthstone podcast for casual players.
Ah, you're new here. Pull up a chair by the hearth.
Welcome to Legend of the Innkeeper. I'm Vastidius.
And I am Espo.
Greetings and welcome back.
Yes.
So, how was your Druid week?
Dude, I played quite a bit of Druid.
Did you?
Yeah, and looking at the show notes, I wish I would have played Cthulhu Druid. It's not that I totally forgot about it. It's just so many cool Druid decks, and I chose aggro over Cthulhu.
Well, you know, the funny thing is this isn't a Cthulhu deck.
Okay.
No, it's not a Cthulhu deck. This
I know it's Quest, but
It's Quest.
How did that happen?
it gave me the option to pick Cthulhu, so I picked Cthulhu one time.
Okay.
Because Cthulhu was good at the time, and I had a serious hand. And this screenshot, I'll have it in the show notes for you. But yeah, I had a few decent minions on the board at the time, and
yeah, I would say you got Barnabas there. You have what is that? Elder Longneck.
Yep, 2 of them.
Yeah, Cthulhu. That's a crazy board, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks like you were successful.
Yeah, but I didn't win the overall dungeon run. I haven't been able to win the dungeon run this week with Druid.
That's right. You said you wanted to do the dungeon run. Okay. All right. So when I did Druid with the dungeon run, I did win with Quest. I chose the Quest route, and it went well. Big dudes Quest.
I had a Quest. I did have the Quest as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I have all these big minions, is because of the Quest. I kept picking Quest options and having the big fat minions, which was the Elder Longneck and so on. But yeah, that was a pretty fun match. That was one of those that I had such a good board. I was like, okay, let me take a screenshot real quick of this right before I lose them all to whatever happens. Just
yeah, exactly.
So
exactly,
it was good. But I've been having fun with Druid regardless. Did not quite make it successfully with getting into the dungeon run completed, but
okay.
I will keep at it, keep persevering, and moving
Well,
forward.
Here's my next question. Then you didn't complete the Druid dungeon run, but it was the end of the season. Did you make Legend?
Not yet.
Oh,
no.
Well, it's too late. Now you got to try in February.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we reset, and I was like, "Oh man, yes, I made it to rank 10. I'm gonna be rank 14. Oh, I gotta wait another month." Because last week we talked about how the new ranked play mode is gonna go into effect at the end of February, and everyone will only lose 4 ranks instead of being bounced back however many stars you earned. That's how many you'll start with.
Yep.
So I was like, oh man, that stinks. So I clicked my packages and quickly disenchanted all goldens and just continued playing.
What a shame! What a shame! Oh wow. Well, speaking of doing disenchanting. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Speaking of disenchanting, did you hear there was some news this week that there's some nerfs coming?
Oh yeah. I mean, so Ben Brode a couple weeks back said, balance changes and an event. And this week was the week for
both of those.
Yeah, right? Well, not the week for them, but the week for them to be announced of what because they give us an announcement of the announcement.
Of course.
They're like, hey, we're gonna announce something.
Well, of course they have to. They're very similar to me. My wife tells me all the time that I tend to prep a story or a announcement or something I'm going to say by giving some form of a presentation before I even do the presentation. And she says,
yeah,
you're prepping again. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So Blizzard has that, the Hearthstone team has that problem as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are 4 changes coming to cards in the upcoming patch, which will be sometime this month. They haven't given us the exact date yet. But that patch is also in preparation to add in the features that they talked about earlier, which we talked about last week, which is the changes to the ladder and how that's going to change. So the details that they gave on these nerfs, mostly, especially the last 2 of them, are focused on how are these cards going to look when they get rotated out of standard into wild, and how can we make sure they don't get abused or used too often in those modes. So that's kind of where they're addressing these issues. Plus, I'm sure they're probably also looking at the next expansion saying, you know what? If we leave this alone, this is going to be a problem if we want to do what we want to do in the next expansion. Possibly, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so the first one is Bone Mare. We've all come to really love Bone Mare, but unfortunately now he's going to cost a little more. His mana is going up from 7 to 8 mana cost.
Yeah, I think this is a decent change. In Wild now, you'll have a little bit of room at the 7 spot for Dr. Boom. So Bone Mare was basically one of those cards that was a staple in every deck. You just put him in. You were like, okay, here we go. We're gonna fill our deck, and turn 7 we're gonna play Bone Mare. And it wasn't hard for you to have a minion on the board before turn 7, especially with the free cards that we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
That got nerfed. So
it's a neutral too, so it made it really easy to pop this into a variety of different decks.
Definitely.
So it does, by doing this, it does give opponents a little bit more time to counteract the effect of this on the board, which is, again, he's a battle cry, give a friendly minion +4/+4 and taunt, and he's a 5/5 minion, so pretty stout beast.
Yeah, and before you would play him on 7, buffing one of your minions up to, maybe a 9/9 with taunt, and then it would be 2 more turns before your opponent would play their Anduin, because you play it at the beginning of your turn 7. It's their turn 7. Then it's your turn 8. Then it's their turn 8. They can play Anduin and destroy. But by then, you've already hit them twice in the face for 9 damage, making it 18. And
not quite 9 damage, but you could.
Well, if you had a bone marrow that was a 9/9, yeah, exactly, yeah. So I mean, 18. Making it 8 is making it 8's. I think it's a good turn. I haven't changed even after knowing these nerfs. I haven't changed my decks, and I don't plan to. I'm gonna still run it and see what happens. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. I think a lot of people will take it out just because it's been nerfed, but I think it'll be in a good spot. It'll still be a decent card, but it won't be as insane, and it'll be a little bit easier to get rid of after they do it, because it'll your opponent will have 8 or 9 mana or 10 to do it, to deal with it.
That kind of brings up the next question, which when I saw this one on the list, I thought of you immediately. Our Corridor Creeper.
Yeah, right.
It is now no longer 5 attack, 5 health. It is now a 2 attack, 5 health, 7 mana beast that costs 1 less whenever minion dies while this is in your hand. So, what are your thoughts on this one? This is kind of a big change.
I don't see a problem at all.
Okay.
I really don't. It's still a beast. It still has 5 health. You know me. I love minions with health because they stick on the board. They stay longer. And the way I've been playing it, it's just a minion that's on the board. I'm not worried about its attack as much as I'm worried about its health. It's just another minion that I could hit with my bone marrow. It's another minion that I could maybe, just get a little bit more damage in my opponent before I can get off my combo. I don't. It's still going to be a free minion for me. I have no problem with it. Now, of course, before you could play it at 4 mana, so it would get a 3 mana reduction, and you'd still play it at 4 mana and get enough value out of it, because it was a 5/5 or still is a 5/5. But now that it's going to be a 2 attack 5 mana, you're kind of like, I gotta wait for it to get probably down below 3 mana before I really feel like I'm getting value for this. So it probably won't be in as many decks as it is now after the nerf, but I'll still run it. I mean, it's most of the time for me, it's a free card, and
sure,
I have no problem playing a free 2 attack 5 health beast
that you can buff up.
Yeah, all day long. Yeah, all day long.
And when you buff up, like with the +4/+4, give it a taunt, that's still a 6/9 after you buff it.
Yeah. I have no problem with it. I think it's a good change. I was scared that they were actually going to take it and change it so that it only gets a cost reduction when your minions die.
Right.
And then that would be kind of rough, because a lot of the decks I run him in right now are priest decks, and those aren't super fast. I don't have a lot of minions that do die. I like this change a lot. For me, it works. I don't really have a big problem with it. I will still run the card. Again, I like cards with health. They can stick on the board longer. So,
well, this next one though is kind of a big one, in many aspects. And I think, let me go real quick back on the Corridor Creeper. I think the general consensus, at least in the community overall, a lot of people say it's over nerfed, that they went too far with this. So we'll see how many end up in hands decks after the changes go live. So
yeah.
Okay, next one is Patches the Pirate. Our little piratey floaty thing that comes out on the board whenever you play a pirate automatically with charge is no longer with charge. So now
he's no longer in charge.
after you play a pirate, summon this minion from your deck, a 1/1 pirate for 1 that will end up on your deck. And the point Blizzard made with this is that basically this change gives wild players more flexibility when building their decks. This lowers his power level, ensuring he shows up in fewer decks, because that was one thing that they were really stressed about, especially in the wild side of him. And, it's just going to be a big swing on this one.
It's funny because even before Ben Brode made the announcement, I was talking to you, I was talking to Rez, a few other people. I was saying, okay, so in this current meta, in this current popular format, the cards that you want to put in your deck, no matter what deck you're building, go ahead and throw in 2 Bone Mares, throw in 2 Corridor Creepers, throw in Patches and 2 South Sea Captains, and you're good to go. And then you just filled in the rest with whatever class cards or whatever, cards that you like, and you'll be okay. And it's funny because those 5 of those 7 cards are being nerfed. And but it's expected, because think about it. Would you want to have your game where people are supposed to be creative when they're building decks, but there's 7 cards that they have to put in, or they don't have to, but it's like, if you want to have a good deck, like these are the cards you should put in there. I don't know that that's healthy. So I think all these nerfs are good. Patches is a crazy nerf, dude. To take away charge is big, but it was pretty wild. Like it was out of hand, where you would see him in every deck.
Yeah,
I saw him when I started seeing like priests playing Patches, and I saw and it's crazy because it's just a 3-card package. It's not like Murlocs where there's 5 or 7 cards. What was it? They called it the wet package or the water package or something like that, because Murlocs are slimy. That you'd find 5 or 7 Murlocs, whereas this was the pirate package, but it was 3 pirates. I think this was a big hit, but I think it had to be done. I still like that he gets summoned from your deck, because I do like playing Ship's Cannon. And Ship's Cannon is a lot of fun, especially when you have not only a Ship's Cannon on the board shooting at your opponent when a pirate gets summoned, but now you have Patches shooting out of your deck, which triggers a cannon that shoots at your opponent. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. And
it's like a Rube Goldberg comic, where it's like one thing happens and a ball rolls this way and another thing happens, and so I think that's cool. So anytime I can make a combo where multiple things are happening on the board, and you don't control them, they just happen. Like you click one button and all of a sudden all these things are happening.
Right.
That's cool, So I like that I can still do that with Ship's Cannon. So I'm glad they didn't nerf him to the point where you can't play him.
Well, the general consensus, at least the overall theme, sounds like that most of the community agrees with this change and has agreed with it for months and has been calling for this change. So it's not too unexpected. It is just kind of a strange timing more than anything, and mostly it has to do with the fact that it's about to go to Wild in a couple months.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
Well, the last 4th change is Raza the Chained. It now reads: your battle cry. If your deck has no duplicates, your hero power costs 1 this game. It used to say cost 0. So basically, this is a very important combo piece with the Shadow Reaper Anduin, and really relies on you kind of drawing them by turn 5. What this does is adjust his overall power level so that when it's combined with Anduin in Standard, and you keep his power level, it lowers overall power level when it's combined with that. And it keeps it reasonable in Wild, because Wild's going to be a little bit different as it goes forward with that. So,
I feel bad for Zeroshio in chat. He's having a hard time with my math.
Yeah.
So,
you're a math teacher.
So let me,
art teacher.
Yeah, let me go back and explain. So I was talking about the 5 cards that were staples in the decks. So 2 bone mares. Okay, can you see my? I don't know if you can see my fingers in on the podcast that you're listening to. Yeah. So I'm holding up 2 fingers for 2 bone mares. I'm putting up another 2 fingers for corridor creepers, plural, and 1 more finger for patches, making 5. So I was actually referring to when you're deck building. So they fill up 5 spots, not that they were nerfing 5 cards, because they're not nerfing 5 cards. They're only nerfing 4. But I was talking about 5 cards that you would basically put in your deck, taking up 5 spots. So there we go. Is that still correct? Am I?
Yep. You're
no?
Good. You're
okay. Good. Okay, good.
No, but we're talking about Raza now.
Who?
Raza.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. I think it's an overall pretty good change, especially as it's moving over to Wild. It's still probably going to be viable in Wild, but just not quite as powerful as he was. And so...
Yeah, you won't see those 1-turn kills like you were before.
Right.
Like, there were times when I really thought I was safe. I had, as a warrior, like maybe 11 mana. Or not 11 mana.
11 mana.
I had 11 armor. And I was like, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah,
you know, good. And then he just, machine guns me down with his hero power. So, yeah, I think this is awesome. Highlander Priest will still be fun in Wild. It will still be doable. I'm glad they didn't nerf it into the ground where you can't even play it. So, because I always thought Highlander Priest was cool. Like, this is a really neat concept. Getting Anduin out and then getting Raza out and then being able to use your hero power to kind of, ping off the enemy and or ping off minions. That's pretty cool. I mean, when you can basically clear their board and kill them in 1 turn with just your hero power, that's a little OP. So making it 1 mana, I think was the right choice. So it's almost like Team 5 knows what they're doing.
Well, I'm sure they tested this quite a bit.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, one thing else that Blizzard has done is they have announced that the new World of Warcraft expansion coming out called Battle for Azeroth, which they did show a little bit over BlizzCon, is now available for pre-order. And I have a feeling somebody might have already done that.
Yeah, Rez definitely did that.
Yeah, and somebody else is about to do that as soon as they manage to get close to a purchase button. Maybe a few.
Well, I'll tell you what. I was looking, and I love the card back. It is really
wait.
Cool.
We haven't told them about it yet.
Oh, sorry.
So
I'm getting ahead.
Yes, with your pre-order, you get a few gifts from Blizzard, as they tend to do each year with an expansion or even with other things going on different games. And, of course, there's a bonus for each of the games that are out there that Blizzard has on the market. So, first of all, Hearthstone. You're going to get the Azeroth is Burning card back. And yes, you're right. That card back is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Very representative of the whole idea of burning of Azeroth. Or Azeroth is burning.
Well, you've got the Alliance on top, obviously.
Right.
The Alliance on top. And then you have the Horde upside down on the bottom. So I mean it's they did it correctly.
So you think that's a prelude to the results of the Battle of Azeroth?
Yeah, it's not the Battle of Azeroth, it's the Battle for Azeroth. Yeah. I finished Legion the other day, and they are definitely going to have to battle for Azeroth because spoiler alert, there's a giant sword in Azeroth. So, spoiler alert, the Alliance wins. The Alliance wins.
Oh, okay. For those of you on the podcast, I pulled my headphones out of my ears as quick as I possibly could. So,
and I continue to try to spoil it by saying, look at the card back.
The ship sinks, right?
Yeah, it sinks definitely. Yeah. But the Alliance comes out on top, just like the card
also,
back.
you get, if you do play World of Warcraft, you get a Tortolian pet, a Gilded Ravasor mount, and a Sea Braid Stallion mount for your usage in World of Warcraft. For Overwatch, there are several sprays, voice lines, emotes, and avatars you get with that. StarCraft 2 has several sprays for Horde and Alliance. And Heroes of the Storm has the Primal Flame Saber mount, and you can go to Blizzard's website for World of Warcraft to see all these in their glorious pictures if you want to go do that. So cool stuff. Always
I wish
good.
they had sprays in Hearthstone.
That would be annoying.
'Cause if you can like spray the game board in the Hearthstone, that'd be awesome.
I don't know.
I'll tell you what, one thing I did notice this week, and I don't know if this is newsworthy, but I'll say it here. I noticed a lot of people.
Oh, you're not going to tell us about your discovery of the stage.
Oh yeah. So I did find this out just a little bit ago. I don't know how I missed it. The Karazhan stage, you can turn the lights on. So I did notice that when you're playing certain people, it will say your opponent instead of their name. And I'm like, that's weird. Usually if I'm like offline and then I'm back online, or, I get disconnected to a match, I'll reconnect and it won't load the player I'm playing against's name. So I looked into it and come to find out that if you are showing yourself or not showing yourself as being online, if you're showing yourself offline, then your name will not be displayed. Really strange.
So apparently there's a very small window at which they send that information across. And if you're not right there at the beginning of the connection of the game, or if you glitch and have a connection problem and you go back and your client doesn't get that information, then you'll see that.
Oh, so you will see their name even if they are.
No. You'll see your opponent in place of that.
Oh, okay. So it's not that then, because I read that it's if the person has their battle.net, like if you hover over your name in battle.net, you can actually appear offline. There's like, I'm offline right now. Mm-hmm. Now I'm online. If you appear offline, and this is just, I read this on another website, not on Blizzard's website, so it could be totally not true. But I read that if you show yourself as offline, then your name shows up as your opponent when you are playing against someone.
Okay.
And I heard that a lot of the high legend players will do this so that they won't, so people won't snipe them, like streamers snipe them, or, really? People won't try to, re-queue, and then they're like, oh, it's him again. I know his deck, or I know this, this person, I know what deck they're playing, yeah. So, I mean, I could be totally wrong, but this is just, I did a little bit of research, and hopefully my research is correct, because that's what I'm going to believe right now. The
thread I saw it on was from August. So that was before the offline mode was enabled. I'm pretty sure. And it was confirmed by a Blizzard employee that is correct, the information I had said about the connection issues. But most likely you are correct also. Now they've enabled.
Oh, Zeroshio says I'm correct. Well, then, hey, look at that.
Exactly.
If Zeroshio says I'm correct, then I am. Wow, look at that. Well, Thank you, Zeroshio. Yeah.
Well, one last thing we got to talk about is there's a new event mentioned by Ben Brode.
Yeah,
and
right?
It's a special Year of the Mammoth pack is coming very soon, they say. It is only available once. You can purchase it once per Battle.net account. And it contains 30 packs, 10 from each expansion released in the past year. So you're going to get 10 Ungoro packs, 10 Frozen Throne packs, and 10 Kobolds packs in that. And then there's also another special event, what they're calling a quest for packs. And every day, starting today, February 1st, hopefully you're hearing this probably on the 2nd, but hearing this right away. But if you start on February 1st through February 14th, you log into Hearthstone and complete a quest each day, you will be entered into this drawing for this giveaway. You can maximum have 14 entries, and you can only get one per day. So you have to do your quest each day to get the entries for this. So do the best you can to get all 14 entries if you can. Because the prize is crazy awesome. If you are picked, if you're the one person picked to win this little giveaway, you will get 3 1,000 Hearthstone packs. That is 1,000 from each expansion in the past year. 1,000 Angoro packs, 1,000 Frozen Throne packs, and 1,000 Kobolds packs. And that's not all. You also get the Lich King's helmet. That helmet, that sweaty helmet that's been worn all last year in the Frozen Throne advertising and videos and stuff that they filmed, they're giving that away. I'm sure they cleaned it, though. I hope.
Gross.
And then the Hearthstone apparel gift set. So a t-shirt, a cap, and a pin to go with all that. So that is super crazy. I can't even imagine opening not only 1,000 packs, but 3,000 packs. That would be taking forever.
You and I have opened 250 packs at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Like between you and Rez and I, maybe we got close to 300. And it's taken us hour and a half, 2 hours.
Right.
So can you imagine?
So
3,000?
Actually, close to 300 you just said there. Let's say an hour and a half, 2 hours. So
we'll
2
say 2
times
hours,
10,
yeah.
That's 20 hours.
Yeah, so it would take us basically a day straight to open up 3,000 packs.
Unless we did it
clicking
your way of spacebar, 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 and just going right through it.
Yeah, and still, dude, it would take a sit. Like you would have to sit for a very long time and do it.
Well, Zerosio says that if you had your old internet connection, it would take you 38 years.
Oh, my internet connection would break. Yeah. 38 years.
Well, here's the best thing, though. That's not the only prize. Yeah. It's not just one person that can win something. There's another level that's called the Mammoth Bundle, which there's going to be 1,000 winners. And 1,000 winners are going to get 10 Agoro packs, 10 Frozen Throne packs, and 10 Kobold packs. That's great, right? So 1,100 people are going to win prizes. Wait, no, there's more. They're also giving away a Mammoth card pack, which includes one Angoro pack, one Frozen Throne pack, and one Kobold pack to 50,000 winners. So we're going to see a huge number of packs given away through this little contest or giveaway. So all you have to do, again, is just go play your quests for the day, complete a single quest in a day, and you're entered into the giveaway. Nothing more you have to do. Now, I would recommend you do not, my opinion is you don't go complete all 3 of your quests in one day. Complete one quest and then do most of each of your other 2 quests and save them for the next day. That way you're replacing the one quest you complete the following day, and you always have 3 to pick from so that you can kind of stage them, is my thought. It just makes it a little bit easier for you to keep it going and keeping ahead of it. So you're not going suddenly 3 days into it and you realize, oh, it's 11:59 and I need to complete a quest before the day ends because I missed it because I was out all day. And you just go in there and go finish that one quest you had prepped ready to go, and you're good. Although you'll need more than 11:59, but last few hours of the day.
Or you get the quest to win like 5 tavern brawls.
Right.
You've completed all your quests in one day, and then the next day, that's the only one you get. So save your quests. You still have to complete one a day. Good luck. That'll be awesome if we get to know somebody that actually, gets any of these.
Tungdill did post on our Facebook group that he's already won, and he'll post pictures of the helmet when he gets it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I want to see pictures of his hand after he's done opening 3,000 packs.
Right?
Like his finger will be all like crooked and messed up. Like, oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay, well, this week we did have a brawl that we want to talk about.
Yeah, the unidentified brawl.
How easy for you to say.
Yeah. So it says, after a very successful dungeon run, your bags are overflowing with unidentified loot. Take a random deck into battle and identify those items. You can choose any class, which is really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a pre-made deck. So great for new players Great for anyone that's wanting just to go and play some random cards. I had fun in the 2 games I played, but I was like, I gotta play some Druid. I gotta, do other things. So it's cool. But great for new players. Definitely good for new players.
And I will say, I think pretty much the consensus is on this one between you and I. And the comments I'm seeing on several sites has been the worst brawl ever, and this is lame, and I did one and done or whatever. So
yeah,
unsure.
I did two and done.
I did one and done, but I might try it again because I enjoy little things like this. Look at it this way though, as a positive way. You get to play around with the unidentified items that are actual cards you can get in the game. It's not like it's a special card. You get to play with these, so play with them. See what kind of cool things you get and figure out which of the results that you get from these unidentified items you enjoy the most. That way it'll help you as you play those cards later on. You may find you like those cards quite a bit. Or you may not.
Yeah, I tell you what this taught me. It taught me which unidentified items I liked better. Mm-hmm. Like the one paladin maul that gives your minions +1/+1.
Right.
I like that one a lot. The one that gives them taunt, not so much.
Yep.
So, but I can see where there'd be different scenarios where you'd be like, okay, I have to get the one that has taunt,
right?
To like maybe save yourself, or I definitely don't want the one that gives you +1/+1 to all your minions because I don't have any minions.
Yep.
So, but I found in the games that I played, the maul that gave me +1/+1 was one I used a lot. Yeah.
Well, very cool.
Yeah, good stuff.
But either way, you get a free pack if you win one round. So go do it.
Yeah.
And this, like you said, pack. This is definitely kid friendly. I mean, new player friendly because there's no deck building required.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you say kid friendly?
I did.
I just got that.
Just checking to make sure you're paying attention.
Kind of.
Sometimes. Okay, this week we're looking at Druids. So let's take a crack into some of these new cards.
I agree.
Our first one is the Ironwood Golem. He's a 4-mana 3/6 minion with taunt. Can only attack if you have 3 or more armor.
I bet you can't guess why I like this guy.
Because he has a sense of humor and looks kind of like Groot as he's bending over looking at you through a mirror.
You're exactly right. Yeah, that 6 health. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome. He is a speed bump, right?
Right.
Yeah,
and with combination of another card that we're going to talk about in just a few cards down the road, he's easy to get going. I played a deck with him. I created a deck with all the cards I had available from this expansion, and then of course supplemented around it and stuff. And dude, I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't care if he has this restriction of can only attack when you have 3 armor, because I always have 3 armor. In fact, there's many times during my games I had 15 armor.
Yeah.
Going forward, it's just you can pile it on real easily if you work it right. So, yeah, forget the restriction. It's good. I had no problems with him. I enjoyed the card.
Yeah, he actually does. I found that I do attack with him quite often, so no worries. I can do it.
Okay, consensus. Yes, good card. Like it.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's not insane, but I mean, it is only a common, so it's not supposed to be. It's no bone mare, but
True.
it's fun.
It's a solid card.
The tough thing is there's other 4-slot, cards that you're gonna play in a viable Druid deck.
Unless you're building a deck that he has the focus that it's going to get benefit from, and then I found it useful. So okay. Yeah. Next one is the Oaken Summon. Speaking of needing armor, it's a 4-mana spell that gains 6 armor. Recruit a minion that costs 4 or less. This card can summon the card before, or recruit the card, so to speak. So very awesome, and you can attack because you got 6 armor.
Yeah, isn't that wild how that works?
It's crazy.
So turn 4, you're playing Oaken Summons. and you could possibly get the Ironwood Golem, which, as long as they don't smash you in the face, too much, you can still, because you only need 3 armor, and that spell for 4 mana gives you a minion and 6 armor. So it's possible. It is quite possible.
I had Fandral in my deck, and this will pull Fandral out, and I had several choose one cards that I play this later in the game, and I pulled this out, got Fandral on the board, and then I start playing cards, and it just, like you said earlier, things just happen. And next thing you know, I've got 4 minions on the board. They're all +1/+1, and one of them's got taunt, and it was nice. It was a huge swing. So it's been a lot of fun to have this out there.
Interesting. How did you get +1/+1?
Because my card is the +1/+1 or summon a 3/2 Panther that I played with Fandral on the board, and I got both of them.
I think there's other ways to do it, too.
Oh, there are ways, yes.
There are many ways.
Okay. Our next one is Barkskin. 1 mana. Give a minion +3 health. Gain 3 armor. And this is really the card I was implying that is a really good card to work in conjunction with the Ironwood Golem, because you get your 3 armor. Plus you give a minion 3 health, which makes the Ironwood Golem got 9 health on his rear. So Espo especially likes that.
Yeah, Barkskin's pretty cool. It's, I want to put it in my Druid decks, but again, it battles for so many other one mana spells. But, for 3 health and 3 armor, of course you get the 3 armor, your minion gets 3 health. 1 mana's not bad.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
And I would actually encourage you to try the deck, building it all together with the entire amount of cards you got from this expansion for Druids, and then build around it a little bit and see what you get, because I actually found that to be quite viable.
Yeah. Barkskin, I like Barkskin. It's just with the decks that I play, sometimes it's hard to fit it in. But it's a spell too, which is good, and a 1-cost spell at that. So you could play like a crazy spell Druid where you're just cycling through and Gadget Zan auctioneering a bunch of other cards out and getting some crazy combos off.
Okay, next up we have the Lesser Jasper Spellstone, or Jasper Spellstone, or Greater Jasper Spellstone. This is a 1 mana spell that starts out, deal 2 damage to a minion, gain 3 armor to upgrade. Oh wait, I think we've heard something about gaining 3 armor and how easy that is to happen.
How many? Wait, we've talked about 3 cards so far.
Well, 2 cards that can do it.
Yeah, exactly. We've talked about 3 cards so far, and 2 of them give you armor.
Yes, gives you 3 armor, in fact.
Yeah.
At least 3 armor.
Exactly.
So you deal 2 damage, you upgrade it, deal 4 damage, upgrade it again to deal 6 damage. And pretty nice little card.
Yeah, right?
For 1, deal 6 damage for 1. It's pretty crazy. I can see that working quite well. Although most of the time I've used it, I've only gotten up to 2 or 4. Mostly because I needed it to keep control of the board.
Yeah. And that's kind of what's nice about it too, because it's only 1 mana. So, worst case scenario, you're paying 1 mana to do 2 damage. It is just to a minion, but that's probably what you're trying to do. You're trying to get rid of a minion that's going to hurt you, or, So, yeah, I like it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's definitely fun.
Okay, next up we have the Grizzled Guardian, an 8 mana 3/5 beast with taunt, death rattle, recruit 2 minions that cost 4 or less.
That
was quick. You had the acknowledgement of his fantasticness.
Dude, yeah, have you played him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that death rattle is pretty nice.
Well, the nice thing is, so some cards may cost 4 or less, but they are a pain to get rid of because they have a lot of health.
What, you mean like the Ironwood Golem, which we talked about a few minutes ago?
Maybe.
Or maybe the Oaken Summons? Oh, that's a minion. Never mind. Sorry.
That wouldn't be a minion, but yeah.
Yeah, I like this card. It's been pretty cool, especially the fact that it pulls out 2 of them.
Yeah, definitely.
So, pretty nice card.
Yeah.
Next up, Greedy Sprite. 3 mana, 3/1 minion with a Death Rattle. Gain an empty mana crystal.
This guy.
He seems a little greedy.
There's 2 reasons why I play this card. 1, because I like Death Rattle and ramping into a lot of mana. 2, because come on, who doesn't want to play a card that looks like that?
True.
Just look at him. He's awesome.
He's a greedy Groot.
He is.
Well, the one thing I will say about this card is, my first reaction when I was playing my games was, I don't want to lose him so quickly because he's only got 1 health. Duh, that's the point. You want to use him very quickly to do 3 damage to minions or your opponent and let them kill him for 1.
Yeah.
Your opponent has to decide, do I want to kill him and give my opponent an extra mana crystal? Or do I leave it on the board and then let him continue doing 3 damage to me over and over again?
Yeah.
I'm like, your choice. And then he lets me cast a little spell on him called Bark Skin. And now he's got a 3/4 minion on the board that is doing damage to him every turn, or has to kill it and give me an extra mana crystal. It's like a no-win situation for my opponent, and it's all good for me because, okay, fine, leave him on the board. When you do get to 10 mana and he dies, you do not get anything out of it.
Yeah.
You don't get an extra mana crystal because you're already full, and it doesn't give you a card like Wild Growth does. But still.
Yeah, when you play Wild Growth, you get a spell in your hand called Excess Mana, and you can draw a card. So it still costs 2 mana because obviously Wild Growth costs 2 mana, but the excess mana costs 0. But
so
cool
that
stuff.
would be the negative I would say about this card, is that if you do end up not drawing until the end game later on, then you don't get the value that you have. But if you get this card early on, it's a great value. Awesome. Okay, next up we have Branching Paths. And this is one card I enjoyed having with Fandral in my hand, or Fandral.
I was hinting at this card earlier, and you didn't.
I just was waiting because we hadn't talked about it yet.
You didn't fall for it.
So this is 4 mana, Branching Paths. Choose twice. Draw a card, give your minions +1 attack, or gain 6 armor.
Yeah,
and
right.
Yes, this was the card I tried to use most with Fandral, but I ended up never actually getting this in my hand at the same time I had Fandral in my hand in my games I've played so far.
Yeah.
But it's great to have this option. Most of the time I do not, again, here we go, you can choose 6 armor. I think we have a few cards that would benefit from that. But I've used mostly drawing cards and giving your minions +1 attack to ramp my characters up, my minions up, so that I can do more damage to my opponent. Most of the time, that's what I'm really going with.
Yeah, I would say I do the give minions +1 attack most of the time. That's what I'm doing. But this card's awesome. I really like it a lot.
This is one of the ones that they highlighted during the presentation of the whole idea of Kobolds and Catacombs, with the picture showing where you have the option. You're in a dungeon, you're going through, and you can pick the green room or you can pick the pink room. Your choice.
Yeah, right.
It's a branching path. You get to decide. What are you going to choose?
Exactly.
So I like the art on this one.
Yeah, good stuff. I enjoy it a lot.
Okay, next up is Astral Tiger. This reminds me so much of Pandaria. 4 mana, 3/5 minion. Death Rattle, shuffle a copy of this minion into your deck. So right back into your deck when he dies.
Yeah.
He's decent.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff. So there's actually a deck archetype like either fatigue or mill. And you try to get your opponent to run out of cards or burn all their cards, and then they go into fatigue. With this, Death Rattle shuffle a copy into your deck, then yeah, you don't have to worry about that. You have, everything going on. You got Astral Tiger, and then of course, if you got the Jade Idol card from a few expansions ago,
right.
You have that going into your deck, so you're adding to your deck. Yeah, cool stuff. And then what is it? Not Cenarius, but the other Druid legendary that jumps back into your deck when he dies.
Oh, I forgot the name, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I would be yelling at my dashboard if I wasn't actually on the podcast right now.
Right.
So. But yeah, good stuff. I enjoy crazy decks like milling and fatiguing and stuff like that. So this card definitely would work for that.
Oh yeah. Okay, next one is our legendary minion for the Druid. It's Ixlid, Fungal Lord, 5 mana, 2/4 elemental. After you play a minion, summon a copy of it. This can get pretty bad.
So I wanted to craft this guy, but I crafted the what was it? The Rogue legendary weapon. If you remember a few weeks ago, I said I crafted Kingsbane. It was either Kingsbane or this guy. I like this guy because he could definitely make things break. Like after you play minion, summon a copy of it. Like that could get crazy. I think Rez and I could have a lot of fun with that. So that would be the only reason I would craft him, is the fun level. So it'd be fun guaranteed with this guy.
Well, I've had him played against me once. I do not have him. And my opponent didn't use him as well as he could have. I was able to get rid of him fairly quickly. I believe he got 2 uses out of him. And he only played 1 card each turn. That really had an effect. So,
yeah.
But I can see this ramping up and being something very troublesome to deal with.
Yeah, if you could give him some extra health,
or
give him stealth,
taunt
hide him somehow. Yeah, keep him alive. He could be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Get some crazy stuff going.
Okay, the last card is the legendary weapon. It is the Twig of the World Tree. 4 mana, 1/5 weapon. Death Rattle. Gain 10 mana crystals.
So, I think it was me, Streets of Gadget Zan. We saw Kuhn, the Forgotten King.
I know him well.
So Kuhn gave you a choice: either gain 10 armor or gain 10 mana. Or refill your mana, basically.
Right, yeah.
And I threw this right in that deck with Kuhn, and oh my gosh, just the refreshing of mana and all. Yeah, I hardly ever have enough cards to play to use all the mana, but it's still fun. It is mana and it's bananas. So
mana forever.
Yes, mana, bananas, mana, mana, bananas. There we go. I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
Well, there it is.
But yeah, Twig of the World Tree is awesome. I really like it. And Rez actually ended up somehow having 2 of these in his deck. I can't remember how, but he played one, and then of course he had a bunch of cards in his hand, and he played the other one, destroying this one, refreshing all his mana crystals. I mean, it was just like, I was like, really, dude? Like, and then he plays all these cards, and I'm like, what in the world? And then like 5 turns later, he has another turn where he has 20 mana, because he destroys the weapon. And
nuts.
Is a crazy dude.
Crazy.
Yeah. Fun guaranteed, though.
Well, I had fun with the Druid. I think I usually do. I've just really enjoyed the Druid class. It's been a lot of fun to mess with that.
Right?
But the good news is we get to do this again. We get to pick another class. And as usual, we only have 2 classes left. And I'm going to go over to random.org and generate a number and pick between 1 and 2. Because over at random.org, that's where the Druids are choosing one for your benefit.
For your benefit.
And their choice is Shaman.
Oh, interesting. I had a quest to win 3 Shaman games, and actually I got 2 wins down, and I'm waiting to get my 3rd win tomorrow.
Well, there you go. Now you have a reason to do Shaman.
Yeah, I have a tough time with Shaman.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that works out.
Yeah.
So I get to play with that and try and work on the dungeon run with Shaman now. That'll be fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I like Shaman. Been one of my. That was one of my early favorite classes. So I need to go back and spend some time around my totems and breathing in
the elements.
Energies and the elements. Yes.
Yeah,
Shaman
you gotta.
is one of my mains in World of Warcraft, and I like to play a Resto Shaman. Resto Shaman's my
you and Rez.
thing.
Yeah, you and
Yeah,
Rez.
he's much better than I am.
Rez is pretty good. There's rumors that he knows what he's doing with a Resto Shaman.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, this week we do have one Twitter shout out I wanted to mention.
Awesome.
Wayne Wells. He says that he's got actually a new player experience tip. So if you didn't have one, Wayne Wells does. He said, new Hearthstone player tip. Learn to use filters when you're looking at your collection. He says, typing the word extra in the search box will show you all the cards that exceed your deck size, meaning that you have more than 2 of. And this keeps you from dusting things that you may want to save. For example, a creeper until the full dust refund period. So you don't want to dust any of the cards that you have excess. You know, for example, if you do have 2 corridor creepers and you want to dust both of them, what if you have 4? You happen to open a couple of them with the packs. You could dust those when they do this and get some real serious gold dust back so that you can craft something in the future. So great idea. Hold on to those extra cards. And I realize this now. I did dust a whole bunch of cards right before the show.
It's crazy. I always hit mass disenchant.
I just
it's like habit. Yeah, I have a habit of mass disenchanting everything. So typing in extra never does anything for me,
right?
Because I mass disenchant everything. So I'm starting to wonder if I should just not do that.
At least for now, until we'll just maybe hold off until these nerfs come, and then that way, if you do happen to get another one, then you're good. Because
it's tough. I love that dust. I love
think
my
about
dust.
it this way: you were going to be getting multiple quests completed over the next 14 days, which means you're going to have lots of gold coming in, which means you can purchase additional packs. And then with those packs, you're going to get cards that you can dust that might be cards that are important.
Yeah, I don't know. Usually I get about a pack a day. I end up with about a pack a day. And I'm actually going to be cutting that down because I'm only doing 1 quest a day.
You're probably buying Cobalt's packs, aren't you?
I'm not buying any packs because I'm saving my gold.
Oh, okay.
Because if you remember, for Cobalts and Catacombs, I only had 3,000 gold.
Yeah,
and I was very disappointed. So this time I am not, because I always try to get 5,000. That way I can get the bundle and get 50 packs that I pay for, and then get 50 packs in gold.
Well, if you do purchase the Mammoth pack that's coming out, you may want to make sure that if any of those cards...
That's 3,000 packs for $25, right?
No. 30 packs for $25.
Oh, okay.
And we're guessing $25. We think it's going to be roughly $25. So,
yeah.
But yeah. Now, if you win the contest to get 3,000 packs, I don't think you really have to worry about dust for a little while.
Yeah,
and you're probably going to have most of the legendaries you need.
If you don't have most, in other words, if you don't have all the legendaries you need, after opening 3,000 packs, something is
right.
something is wrong.
What is it?
Here's
They say
the thing.
every
So
40 packs that you roughly.
yeah. So I'm gonna say that if I do win, I will go ahead
75 legendaries.
Yeah. If I win, I will go ahead and I will make a golden collection.
What? You'll do what? You'll make
I'll
what?
make a golden collection.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You heard it.
Yeah. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay. Yeah. We'll hold you to
it. I will only have golden cards from now on. Yeah, I will no longer have anything other than gold. I will only play gold. Because I leveled up all my classes to 60. So all the basic cards. Yeah, because the basics you can't craft those because they're basic. They're given to you at the beginning of the game. So, and you can't craft the golden ones. You're given them as you level up characters. So I have all those. So if I ended up with an exorbitant amount of dust, I would go ahead and do it.
Okay.
I would make only golden cards.
Wow.
I wouldn't have any regular colored cards.
I'm sure you'd have quite a few opened through that process too.
Yeah,
quite
right?
It'd
be crazy. It would be crazy.
Yeah.
So
we'll also have a Facebook shout out to our friend Tungdill, who said, "It's been a while since I last posted something, but here it is again, one of my event coverage opportunities. Hope you enjoy it. And as some of you know, I went to the HTC finals last weekend since it was in my home country. I could only go there on Sunday due to work, but man, did I have a blast." And he posted a very long post with pictures and all kinds of great things about how he was able to attend that event and enjoyed it quite well and had a great time watching that.
Yeah, good stuff. Definitely good.
So if you're in a Facebook group and want to go check that out and read the rest of it, go for it. It's out there. But thanks again for sharing that, Tundell. It's great that you had the opportunity to go experience that event live. So,
yeah, good stuff.
Well, that's it for this week. And next week we will be talking Shaman. And then you know what's after that, right? Paladin.
Oh, yes. Yes. For some reason, I thought we already did Paladin, but yeah.
I couldn't remember either because I was playing Paladin right before the show because I had a quest that I'm saving for tomorrow to complete, which is win 2 games with Paladin. And so I won my 1 game. Now I just have to win a 2nd game with Paladin to finish that quest.
Yeah.
But, yep, that'll do it then. So thanks again for hanging out with us in chat. If you want to do that, it's on twitch.tv/LOTI podcast. Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We were an hour late tonight due to some family things going on, and we apologize for that delay. But most of the time, it should be about 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Also, if you go to the channel and subscribe to our channel, you will get notified when we go live. And I'll send you an email that says, hey, they're live. They're online, ready to go. So come join us and chat with us in the channel.
Yes.
So thanks again for hanging out with us, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Good job, team.
Good.
Dude, I'm wiped out.
Okay. Well, you can go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you for the 80 gold.
Oh, are you playing a friend quest?
Yeah, you couldn't tell.
No.
Yeah, I did. I did good. Good.
Good job.
It was difficult. It was funny. Oh, it was so funny. So as we were talking about the cards, I was actually playing those cards. Like I would legit play the cards we were talking about. I was like, oh my God, that is crazy that just like when you said the card Wild Growth.
Yep.
I was like, I was on 10 mana playing Wild Growth and I got excess mana. And that's how I was actually reading the card.
Like,
I was like, yeah, so yeah, and the little sprite that gives you the death rattle, I played him right when you said, this is yeah. So it was interesting.
So what you're saying is it helped you remember the cards and not have to.
That's right. That's right.
Try to go. What was the name of that card? Well, why didn't you play the other card that we could remember the name of? Actually, I'm disappointed in Zoroshio. Zoroshio never typed it in the chat.
Never typed it in the chat.
Yeah, the other Druid legendary that gets put back into your hand.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, so we have what is he? I can't think of his name. It's not Tyrantus. Malfurion's the hero.
I think Zoroshio fell asleep. He was in the kitchen.
Oh, he missed
and
it.
Getting
Oh, he missed it.
So
He
who is
missed
it? Well, who's the character?
Yeah, right? I think Vastidis is going to figure it out because he's in his collection looking right now.
Yeah.
I can see the reflection in your glasses. I might be able to read it.
Druid. Legendary. I'm not telling you now because I'm going to find out the answer and then you're going to feel sad. That
I will be so upset because I like to think that I know all the cards. Oh, I at least I knew there was one. You got to give me that. Come on. I mean, at least I knew there was one.
It's a legendary, right?
Maybe. Oh, you know what? I think it's a neutral. Maybe. Might be a neutral. Maybe it. You know what? I thought.
Okay, it's the neutral.
I got it. I got it. Yeah. Okay.
What is it?
Do you know it?
Well, no, what is it?
It's Malorn.
Malorn.
Yeah. Yep. Goblins and gnomes, dude.
Malorn.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is he,
Man, I can't believe I didn't get that.
Is he a neutral? How you spell it?
No, he's Druid. Malorne.
Why am I not seeing him?
You're probably not looking in Wild, dude. You're probably looking only in Standard.
I'm just in my collection.
Are you in Standard cards or all cards?
I'm in. Oh, I'm in Standard.
Uh-huh.
Oh, dang.
Why.
That's why.
You gotta start. You gotta look, dude.
Yeah, we know it goes in your deck. That's what we were talking about. Because we were talking about how you can burn your opponents down and make them burn all their cards.
Oh, did I say it goes in? Oh man, did I say it goes into your hand? I don't think I did.
You might have said it just now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, during the show, I know I said it goes in your deck because I was talking about cards that are anti-mill and anti-fatigue, like Malorn and the other dude we were talking about.
There he is. I don't have him.
Yeah, I don't have him either. Goodness, I hope I didn't get anything wrong. Again. Yeah, Astral Tiger, that's what brought it up. Astral Tiger brought it up because you shuffle a copy of that minion in your deck. And then I said, hey, there's another minion that does that. And his name is... and I couldn't remember. It is Malorn.
Okay, well, why don't you go rest?
Yeah, I'm done. My dad and I are working around the farm. So tomorrow, again, today we work in my shed trying to build some shed doors and do some other things in there. So tomorrow we're going to be doing other stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. But don't forget to get those quests done, or at least
I'm
get
do
one
my best
done.
to remember. I think I'm gonna have to put a reminder on my monitor because I tend to forget.
Yeah, I do one quest a day on each of my accounts, so that's my morning thing while I have my coffee.
Also, now your multiple accounts are gonna pay off for you because
Right?
You're gonna have the opportunity to get multiple.
What if I win 3,000 packs on one of my other accounts? I'll have to switch accounts.
Right.
I'll be like, well, I guess I don't have any other friends to give it to. I was gonna say I could give it to my other friend, but I just have Rez.
I don't think you can give them away.
I can't give my account away. I gave one to Rez.
Oh, account. I thought you were talking about the cards.
Yeah.
It's a shame you can't convert that back to BattleNet.
I know, right?
And put it towards WoW.
It's still funny, like people that have Rez as a real ID friend, like me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and when he pops up, like when I play against him on that account, because that's his Hearthstone account. It's like I'm playing against myself. It says Thomas Esposito. Yeah, doing multiple regions does not get more entries. Yeah, I don't think it does.
Right. Well, it's a BattleNet account, not region account.
Yeah, I have my 3 other accounts that I listen to. I didn't even think about other regions. Yeah, but I mean, it would make sense that those wouldn't count. But that would be pretty funny if I got it on my other account, one of my other accounts.
I think it'd be pretty amazing if any of people we know get it.
Yeah, I just want to know somebody that would be cool. But, alright, well, I am definitely going to bed.
Okay, my friend.
Alright, guys.
Easy. Thanks, guys, for being there, and we'll see you guys
Definitely good job, team.